Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today for our Nexford Virtual Tour. I'm happy to see so many people already on the call with us. We're just getting started. So welcome, Carl. We've got Omo Bolaji, Shobam, and Toyib. Thank you so much for taking the time today to join this virtual tour. I hope you guys are excited to learn more about Nexford University. I am certainly excited to tell you guys more about the learning experience. In the meantime, I'd love to learn about you guys a little bit more. If you can jump into the webinar chat on your Zoom application and tell us a little bit more about yourself, where in the world are you joining us from today, and which Nexford program do you wish to enroll in? Have you started your application journey yet? Have you applied? Are you enrolling? Have you chosen a program? Just anything you can share will be fantastic, especially which kind of program you wish to enroll in. Because that to us means, that we can tailor the webinar if we get a chance to today. Sometimes we run over time and we're limited to talking about only a few programs. Sometimes all of the attendees are only interested in graduate programs, such as master degrees, right? So in that case, I'd make sure to just talk about our graduate degrees programs instead of perhaps our bachelor's degree, or vice versa, right? So the more I learn about you guys, the more I can make this virtual tour much more insightful and beneficial for you guys. All right, I'm seeing more people join. Who else have we got? We've got Oluwatoke. Are you guys all able to hear me? I'd love to learn more about you guys. If you can jump in the chat, let us know more about you and where in the world you're joining us from today. Okay, we've got our first person on chat, Shubham, who says interested in sales certificate. Okay, fantastic. We definitely have a lot of skills related to sales, so I'm happy to touch up on those a little bit more today as well. Okay, let me introduce myself to everybody. My name is Mai, and I'm an engagement marketing manager in the marketing team at Nexford University. I have been with Nexford for more than 6 years now. During that time, I've spoken with many aspiring learners, such as you guys, who wish to learn more about the Nexford Learning Experience and how it is, similar or maybe very different from other online programs around the world. You have a lot of questions about the learning experience, whether or not there are exams, how you can get access to all of the materials. Are you going to be able to connect with other learners around the world or not? How do you graduate? Is there a physical graduation? And so on. So I'm sure you guys have your own set of questions. So I encourage you guys to jump in the Q&A area or Q&A tab in your Zoom application to drop your questions. And we have a Q&A portion at the end of the webinar today. So we'll make sure to get to your questions as much as possible. So please send them in. Don't hesitate. Ask anything. We also have a Nexford application specialist with us on the call to assist you with your questions on chat. So we'd love to hear them. And also, this webinar is being recorded, so it will be up on our YouTube channel once ready, just within a couple days. So stay tuned for that. And on the call today to help me, host this webinar, we've got Heidi Boyd, who is our admissions director here at Nexford University. If you could please introduce yourself to everybody.
Thank you, Mai, and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited to have some time with you today. Again, my name's Heidi. My career has been in higher education with schools like Nexford for the last almost 20 years. I'm so excited to be here and be representing a school that offers truly a flexible, forward-thinking, next generation, and affordable, really highlighting affordability and just your ability to see return on investment while you're in classes with instructors like Dr. Bill. Just the stories that our learners have and watching people achieve their personal, professional, and financial goals is something that moves me and a reason why I'm here and excited to be here with you, Mai, Dr. Bill, and Raychard. So thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you so much, Heidi. It's great to have you as usual. I'd love to introduce next also Dr. Bill Reed, who's a faculty member at Nexford. If you can please introduce yourself to everybody.
Thank you, Mai. Yes. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I have been with Nexford about 5 years now. I've been teaching online for 26 years. It was even called distance education back then. It wasn't called online. And I've been particularly working in the international environment the last 12 to 14 years. I will generally see you if you join us today. We'll see you in the one of the first courses you take, which is global business, if it's in the master's program. Excuse me, that's the course I host the most. And personally, I live in about 100 kilometers south of New York City in the United States. Been in this area all my life. I've visited many other places around the globe, but this is home. And I do keep busy with online. I've held multiple positions in organizations and senior leadership, both in corporate and in academic environments. So I'm a little familiar with the online world, and anything I have learned over the years, I'm perfectly happy to share with you. I hope you enjoy today's talk. And again, I'll be around throughout the presentation, and I'll be here at the end if you have any questions. But in the meantime, enjoy and listen. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Bill. All right, last but not least, I'd love to introduce a Nexford learner with us on the call today, Richard from the Philippines. If you could please introduce yourself to everybody as well.
Hello, Mai. Hello, Dr. Bill and Dr. Heidi. Hello, I'm Richard Vinabatias. I earned my Master's in Business Administration from Nexford University, specializing in sustainability. And I've been working with different universities and colleges across the Philippines and Southeast Asia, helping connect learning and real-world impact. Actually, I'm teaching Master's in Business Administration, Master's in Public Administration, and Master of Arts in Education in the Philippines. I also team up with NGOs and agencies on their sustainability projects, which I'm really passionate about. And outside of work, I'm a dad, which keeps me inspired and constantly learning every day because it's a must.
I love that. Thank you so much, Richard. Very impressive. All right, let's get started, everybody. So this is just an idea, so you guys can, have an idea what we're going to go through the webinar today. This is a little bit of the agenda. So we'll be talking more about Nexford University and our programs in case you haven't gotten the chance to do your research yet. And then I'll be walking you through the application and admissions process at Nexford, as well as scholarship opportunities. And then talking about some impressive survey results that we just had very recently. So we run a survey for all of our graduates every year to know how we're doing in many fronts. And the results for this one is very impressive. And then the actual virtual tour, seeing the online learning experience a little bit closely. And then talking about beyond NXU, all of our career success and career opportunities at Nexford, and support, and then Q&A, of course, in the end. So again, I encourage you to drop your questions in the Q&A area. So let me just give the mic here to Heidi, if you can tell everybody a little bit more about Nexford University.
I would love to. And I'd also just love for everyone to know as we go over the details today, we're nearing a deadline for enrollment for November 1st. So if you're not thinking about starting until sometime, after then, totally fine. But just know if this sounds compelling and you've been thinking about this for a while, just know starting in November is definitely doable for us. And we have processes and people to help support you through it. So myself and my team, just kind of being the starting point for that. So just know it's an option for you. So at Nexford University, we've really have reimagined what modern university experiences can look like and should look like today. So accessible, flexible, and built around your goals. I think I've seen a few people on the call that I've been working with that are planning on getting started. And just if you have already spoken with an Nexford application specialist, you know that those conversations at first are always about what your goals are. If you haven't talked to one of us yet, just know someone's waiting to help you, but it's from the time you first start talking to us to your learning success team member to getting in class with Dr. Bill, it's all about you. We're designed for career-driven learners globally, all around the world, who want to build and demand skills while earning recognized and accredited credentials. And instead of following the old campus models, we've created a 100% online flexible experience that fits the way we live and work today. As Dr. Bill said, good morning, afternoon, and evening. There are people on the call from all over the world right now, and that's very typical of our classrooms. So thanks to technology, we're able to deliver a world-class education where we all can be in class together at also a fraction of the cost of traditional universities, especially US-based schools. And because our programs are competency-based and focused on real workplace skills, the return on investment comes much faster than you would expect. My next slide when you're ready. So you guys, this is some feedback from one of our graduates, Jason Weimer, and nice that we can hear from 2 alumni on the call today. Jason's an American who lives in Thailand. He started his own graphic design business there, but after years of running it, realized that there was so much that he wanted and really needed to learn if he wanted to grow his business, and especially around leadership, integrating technology into his work. Led him to Nexford. The program gave him flexibility to study online while also continuing to grow his company across multiple countries. He didn't have to take a pause on work or, have to travel and have residency requirements. You could do all of this at the same time. The specialization he chose was an AI, advanced AI, and it provided him with valuable insights and skills that helped him rethink how design, tech, and data work together, and whether it's using customer data to improve operations or applying AI concepts to streamline inventory and enhance decision-making, ultimately to improve cost and revenue. So next slide, it's my pleasure to give you guys a little bit of time with our founder and CEO, Fadel Altarzi. You would see this video after you enroll and join us. It's embedded in, we'll see it a little bit later, but my pleasure to introduce you to Fadel.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan. I thought to myself, is this why unemployment stats of college graduates grab so many media headlines? And it's not our graduates' fault. Burdened by heavy debt, cohorts of learners walk away from university unprepared for the workplace. That's why I set out to create a university for you, one that I'm convinced has the potential to positively impact lives as well as millions worldwide. I'm Fadel Altarzi, and I can proudly say that I'm the founder and CEO of Nexford University.
All right. Sorry, that was just a sneak peek. I went next too fast, but giving the mic back to you, Heidi.
All good. Thanks, Fadel, and thanks, Mai. Back to you. No, I'm just kidding. So why learners choose us? So a few things here. So we were never a traditional university who needed to kind of catch up and move online. We were built for online learning from day one. And every part of our experience was designed with global learners in mind, so you can learn on your terms from anywhere in the world. The licensure and accreditation. So licensed in Washington, D.C., and we are accredited by the Distance Education Accrediting Commission based in the U.S., which means we meet rigorous standards for quality and relevance. Our accreditation also reflects the commitment we have to delivering programs that truly impact careers. So relevant and flexible. Because today's world moves so fast, we keep our programs updated with the latest industry trends. You're not just learning theory, you're building real skills that employers value and are looking for. If anybody attended any of the last really 2 webinars, these are the things we're always, this is what we eat, live, dream, and breathe, is employability and what the investments we make in time and money in education, that they are something that pay off. And so you're not just getting the updated curriculum, but we also get that life doesn't run on a fixed schedule, and neither do we. So our courses are not self-paced, but you can finish one in up to 8 weeks, and they're completely asynchronous. So you're always in control of when you're a student. If you're doing well academically, you have the option to take on more classes later in your program. We have a pay-as-you-go model, so you can plan your learning around your budget and your time. Networking, building connections like the people you see on the screen in front of you and your classmates. Everything is online, and you're not learning alone. You're not in a silo all by yourself. Networking and the connections you make in your undergraduate or master's program are a huge reason why a lot of people even get one. So being part of that global supportive community of lifelong learners, connecting with peers, faculty, professionals around the world who are all on a similar journey. And then next slide.
All right.
So, was that my last one? All right, thanks.
Thank you so much, Heidi. Yeah, I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more on what you said about the accreditation, because I know this is a common question, that we get at Nexford. So, yeah, Nexford University, as you heard, is accredited by the DEAC, or the Distance Education Accrediting Commission. The DEAC is listed by the U.S. Department of Education as a recognized accrediting agency, and is also recognized by the Council for Higher Education Accreditation, or CHIA for short. We're also licensed by the Higher Education Licensure Commission, HELC, in Washington, D.C., and that is the same organization that licenses all physical universities operating in Washington, D.C. And finally, Nexford University recently received specialized accreditation for its MBA program through the IACBE, which is the International Accreditation Council for Business Education. Yeah. All right. So one of the other things I do want to talk about, in regarding to Nexford, of course, is, what really sets Nexford apart is how predictable and flexible our tuition is. So you would be paying a flat monthly rate with no big upfront fees, no hidden charges. Whether you take one course or more, your monthly cost stays the same. So it's super easy to budget. And here's the best part: the faster that you finish, the less that you would pay overall. So if you complete your master's degree in just 12 months, for example, you'll only pay for those 12 months. If you take the average 18 months to complete your program, you'll only pay for 18. And even if life gets in the way, and we know that can happen, maybe you'll need more time, you'll never pay for more than 23 months, which is the maximum amount of time to complete your, MBA program, as long as you finish within that time period, which I believe it says also 27 months rather, for your master's. And this applies, to all of the master degree programs. The max tuition, you'll never pay more than that for, your program. And for our BBA, because I noticed in the chat that we have some attendees that are interested in a BBA degree program, we have a pay-per-course model. So you can study at your own pace. You can pay for a single course at a time without, a monthly commitment. So this means if you move slower, you will not have to pay more. And so all of this means that, maximum flexibility. When you complete one course, you can start the next one when you're ready. This means that you have, you can take longer or shorter to complete your degree. So all of it is designed to give you peace of mind and real flexibility. So you can move at a pace that works for you in your life without worrying about any penalties or any surprise costs. All right, here I want to talk more about our, sort of model at Nexford for all of our programs. We designed our programs using what we call the workforce alignment model. This approach ensures that our programs are forward-looking and they're built around the skills employers are actively seeking today. To achieve this, we combine in-depth research with insights from a global advisory board of industry experts. Our advisory board plays a key role in shaping our programs, comprising leaders across various industries. The board meets with us multiple times a year to review new offerings and recommend updates to existing ones. Our mission is to help learners connect with the careers that they aspire to, and we offer a range of flexible learning options to support that goal. We did a lot of updates in our programs this year, in fact, and even added new specializations. So for our master's degree, we specialize in business and business technology, offering programs like the MBA or the Master of Science in Digital Transformation, Data Analytics, and Entrepreneurship, and our newest specialization, which is MBA in Finance. And then our BBA program features specializations in high demand areas such as AI, business analytics, entrepreneurship, and digital marketing. Now, we offer 2 career pathway certificates as well, operations management and professional sales, each tailored to prepare learners for in-demand entry-level roles that do not require a bachelor's degree. Now, for those that are looking to build targeted skills without committing to a full degree program, we offer short courses that can be completed in just 1 to 2 months. These are our individual courses. So while our foundation has always been rooted in business, we have continuously evolved to integrate technology and emphasize power skills such as communication, collaboration, and critical thinking. After all, having the knowledge is essential, yes, but knowing how to work effectively with others is just as important for long-term success. All right, let's jump into our programs, starting with our graduate degree programs. Here's a bit of a program comparison between all of our master degree programs. Starting with our MBA, you'll see at the bottom here, you've got how many courses are included in each of these degree programs, as well as the average duration. So you'll see the average completion time for each of these degree programs or master's programs are 18 months. That's about 1.5 years. But like we said, you can finish faster. They all have 12 courses except for our MBAE. Our last one here is our Master of Business Administration in Entrepreneurship. It also has 12 individual courses, but then also 4 seminars. And I'll be talking about that a little bit more later on. But let's start with our MBA. So if you're someone who's aiming to grow your career at the crossroads of business, tech, and leadership, then this program is a great fit. It's designed for professionals who want to boost their strategic thinking and leadership skills in a global context. Typical roles after completing this MBA include senior positions like Chief Operating Officer, Management Consultant, or Marketing Director. At its core, the program builds well-rounded expertise in business management, leadership, and strategic planning, skills that are valuable across any industry. So since we're talking about the MBA program, I wanted to, ask a question here to Richard, since I know you studied our MBA. Do you remember what motivated you to enroll in your MBA? And if you can mention when you got enrolled as well.
Hello once again, Mai. Yes, I actually remember it very well. Back in 2020, during the pandemic time, I told myself it was the best time to invest in learning and personal growth. And aside from wanting to move forward my career, I really wanted to use that time productively. So I started searching everywhere. When I say everywhere, websites, links, different schools, just trying to find the right fit for me. And honestly, I thank God because He led me to Nexford University. When I saw that Nexford offered the flexibility, number one, number two, the global perspective, number three, the focus on sustainability, and number four, which I think the most friendly feature of Nexford University, affordability. I knew it was exactly what I needed. It felt like the perfect step for me to prepare myself for this future of my business and leadership, which I am really enjoying right now.
I love that. No, that's fantastic. I'm super happy you're happy with the sustainability specialization and that it worked out for you.
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely have a lot more questions for you, Richard, but let's move on with the agenda and I'll get back to you. We'll get back to you soon. All right. So yeah, let's talk next about our other master degree programs, like our MSDT, which is our Master of Science in Digital Transformation. So for anyone who's looking to sharpen their technical and analytical skills, then this program offers a solid foundation to thrive in data-driven environments. It prepares you for roles like data scientist, business intelligence analyst, or finance data manager, positions where data truly drives decision-making. The focus is on helping you master the tools and techniques used to analyze data, uncover insights, and guide smarter business strategies. All right. Sorry, I think I might have skipped and talked about the data analytics. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, let's talk about, what I meant to say about the Masters of Science in Digital Transformation, rather. So this one is perfect for professionals that are leading digital initiatives and they want to deepen their ability to drive innovation through tech. So graduates, for the MSDT, they usually after graduation step into roles such as digital innovation specialist or chief digital officer, positions where you're responsible for steering a company's digital future. And the main focus for the MSDT is using cutting-edge technologies like AI, cybersecurity, data science to create real business value and improve operations. You guys can have a look as well here. You'll see the possible job roles listed as well as a typical learner profile, right? And then for the Master of Business Administration and Entrepreneurship, this one's perfect for professionals that are or for anybody really who is passionate about launching a business or driving innovation from within a company. This program would be perfect for you. It's tailored for aspiring founders or future startup leaders. So think of startup founders or VC analysts or even someone who's building a new venue from the ground up. So if any of this rings true for you, then perhaps you've got that in entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial gene in you. And at its heart, this program, this degree teaches you how to turn innovative ideas into successful ventures through smart strategy, funding know-how, and practical startup skills. Now, I did mention earlier that one of our newest specializations is our MBA in finance. So I want to talk about that a little bit more. It's very exciting, and this has been, a very popular ask for a very long time. I know I've spoken with many aspiring learners who have asked about a finance specialization from a very long time ago. So it's finally here. Finance is evolving faster than ever. Global volatility, technological disruption, and rising expectations from stakeholders are reshaping how capital is raised, allocated, and managed. So leaders who can connect strategy, technology, and innovation aren't just valuable; they're essential. So the Nexford MBA in Finance equips professionals, including analysts, consultants, and managers, with advanced expertise in financial strategy, investment management, and emerging technologies as well, such as AI and blockchain, preparing them to lead at the highest level. This program prepares you for leadership roles such as financial manager, portfolio manager, chief financial officer, and investment strategist. So while enrolled in the MBAF, you will get the opportunity to earn 2 certifications from Global Leader CFI at no additional cost. So that is our MBAF. We also have a mini MBA certificate. So our mini MBA certificate builds your foundation skills in, of course, strategy, marketing, finance, and operations. You'll develop leadership and decision-making capabilities by working on real business challenges curated from the world's leading organizations, earning badges that demonstrate the skills you've built. So 4 of the mini MBA courses also count to a full MBA. Should you choose to pursue the full degree, you'll have only 8 courses left. All right. Next, I want to talk about what learning looks like in each of these degree programs, as well as some example projects. So the big thing to know is we don't follow the traditional school model where you're just reading theory and memorizing for exams. Instead, you'll be working on real projects that mirror what professionals are actually doing in the workplace. These are the sample projects you'd be working on. It's very practical, as you can see. So in one course, you might be developing a market entry plan for a new region or using AI to help a healthcare company improve patient care. You could also be working on things like data storytelling or even building out a product roadmap for a startup. The point is every project is practical and it's designed to help you build the skills you'll need on the job. So by the time that you graduate, you'll already have a portfolio of work that shows what you can do, not just a degree. I'll also show you later how we bring in business tech and AI tools into the learning process. So it's all about keeping things relevant in today's world. All right, last but not least on these graduate degree programs are just some features or program features for each of them. Starting with our MBA program. So you'll see we have these 6 in-demand, specialization areas. What's not listed here is our MBA in finance, which I've covered already. But you'll see our older sort of specializations that we have are artificial intelligence. We've got e-commerce, international business, cybersecurity, sustainability, and so on. For our MSDT and our MSDA, we have a partnership with CompTIA. So CompTIA is the world's most trusted certifying body of IT professionals. They are the largest vendor-neutral credentialing program for technology workers. CompTIA has awarded more than 2.5 million certifications in areas such as cybersecurity, networking, cloud computing, and technical support. The MSDT program curriculum includes integrated CompTIA certification preparation courses like Network Plus, Project Plus, and Security Plus. And these become accessible after reaching the halfway point of your program without any extra charges. These courses will be accessible already through our online learning platform, which is Canvas, and it's super user-friendly. I'll be telling you guys a little bit more about Canvas very soon. Now, with the MSDA program, you'll have the Data Plus certification option or opportunity from CompTIA as well. Now, for our MBA E or an entrepreneurship program, this includes a series of live and collaborative seminars, which each is comprising 2 live sessions where you'll connect with peers, you'll build networks, and you'll learn from the best. And I also want to talk, briefly about just in our mini MBA program. Earlier I mentioned, of course, that it has like 5 courses that cover leadership, marketing, finance, strategy, and operations, right? I want to mention that you can complete the mini MBA in 4 to 6 months, if I wasn't clear about that. You'll also gain skills like, how to communicate to influence, interpret financial statements, develop global and marketing strategies, and lead organizational change and drive as well, decision making. And you'll earn 13 credits that are transferable, like I said, to your Nexford's full MBA program, which are basically 4 courses count. All right, since I saw people interested in our BBA program, I want to talk about it a little bit before the end of the webinar today. So let's talk about our BBA here. Our BBA is really designed for aspiring professionals who want a solid foundation in business, whether you're aiming to move up in your current role, switch careers or start your own business. We see learners from all kinds of backgrounds, HR, operations, marketing, finance, and even tech. Some are fresh out of high school, while others are already working and want to level up. What sets this BBA apart is how practical it is. You won't just learn theory, you'll apply it to real projects, like creating and presenting a personal leadership plan, sharpening your strategic and communication skills, and you can boost your market value even more by specializing in not 1, but up to 4 of our 6 BBA specializations on offer. You'll also see that AI is fully embedded, of course, otherwise we wouldn't be Nexford. So Introduction to Artificial Intelligence is now embedded in your program with a range of additional optional AI courses. And a newly launched career course is now also embedded in the BBA at no additional cost, of course, and the course includes in-depth career guidance tools and resources to help you advance in your career. You can also get credit for prior learning, like previous coursework or industry certifications. You can earn 2 degrees, an associate degree after just 20 courses, then your full BBA at 40. And then you can take up to 4 MBA or MSDT courses while still in your BBA, saving time and tuition. So it's all designed to accelerate your career and to help you stand out. Reminder, guys, to drop your questions if you haven't already in the Q&A portion. So if you have any questions about any of the programs we covered so far, please don't hesitate to share. Now we'll be covering the application and admissions process at Nexford. Starting with scholarship opportunities, because I know this is, a common question we get as well. So yes, we do offer partial scholarships at Nexford for students from all around the world. You can get anywhere from 5% off up to 25% off on your program, but it does depend on your application. Scholarship applications are based on merit. They also vary depending on, the offers we have during the month that you apply, which Nexford program you're applying for, as well as which country you're currently based in. So percentages may vary. However, if you haven't checked them out yet, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat about this. We have a Nexford application specialist that can share the application link with you as well for the scholarship opportunities to see your shot. But you need to make sure that, of course, you still meet the admission requirements for your chosen Nexford program. In fact, if you've started your application already and submitted it and gotten accepted, then you probably have a better chance that, than hundreds of applicants that are just applying for scholarship opportunities without checking their eligibility first, right, for the Nexford program that they're applying for. So let's know more about those admission requirements. If you haven't checked them out yet, you'll find them listed on our website. Also, if you're applying to any degree program at Nexford, you will be asked to submit official transcripts from your previous institution, learning institution, or previous university. It's considered official once your previous school sends it directly to Nexford. Having said that, you can apply and start learning already with an unofficial copy if you have one. So this way it doesn't pause your your experience. If you want to get started as soon as possible, you can start learning already, start your program, and within 60 to 90 days from your program start date, you can provide those missing documents and sort it in the background. The same applies for proof of English proficiency. Only some international learners may be asked to submit proof of English proficiency. If English was the main language of instruction in your previous school, then that's proof enough with your statement of results. All right. Now, regardless of what you're applying for, all applicants must provide the following documents. So government issued identification, a passport quality photo, the official transcript, like I said, and the optional English proficiency, depending on your documents and so on. You'll see a little note here for single courses. So we made the Nexford registration process easier for single courses. You can now enroll and start learning as soon as November 1 without paying an application fee. So we've waived the application fee process for just the single courses. This means you can enroll right away, just pay the one-time tuition fee for the single course of your interest and get started and gain that skill as soon as possible. On the right side, you have just some specific requirements for each degree program. Our master degree programs here. I get a common question, some people, perhaps their bachelor's was in nursing, and then they assume they can't study an MBA, right? Because they don't have that business background. But the good news is you still can, right? As long as your bachelor's degree is from an accredited university, you can still apply for our MBA. We'll just ask that you take a fundamentals or foundation course as a prerequisite with Nexford. Once you complete that and pass that, then you can start your MBA program. So the same applies for our different master's programs, right? So for example, for our MBA, you can take a business fundamentals course, like I said, prior to degree enrollment. For our MSDA, which is our Master of Science in Data Analytics, you can take statistics course or data analytics certificate, which is 2 courses prior to degree enrollment, depending on your background, and so on. For our MSDT, you might need background in IT, business or related fields. You might take a Foundations of Digital Transformation course prior to degree enrollment. For our MBAE, since it's an entrepreneurship, we just require that your bachelor's degree be from an accredited university. And last but not least, for our BBA, we just need that you have a high school diploma or certificate, or what is equivalent in your country to a high school certificate. I hope that that's clear for everybody. Now that we've reviewed the admission requirements, you start your application. Simple as that. The application process online, I promise you, super easy. You can start your application anytime if you get overwhelmed or you're not able to complete it in one go. You can save your progress, exit, and continue later once you're ready. You just go to apply.nxu.nexford.edu. There's a one-time $25 application fee for the submission and review of your application. You should get an admissions, or an application decision from our admissions team within 1 to 2 days, if everything is clear in your application. And then you move on, you go back to the website, you confirm your enrollment, you sign the enrollment agreement, and you need to pay at least the first month of your chosen program tuition in order to get fully enrolled and secure your spot and select a start date. So our programs start on the 1st of every month. So you need to just make sure, to complete your application and enrollment by the 28th of each month. So it should be the 28th of October. I apologize, it's written September on the bottom here. It should be October 28th is the enrollment deadline. That is literally tomorrow. So if you wish to start your program as soon as possible, as soon as November 1, make sure you complete your application and enrollment on or before the 28th of October in order to catch that intake. If it's not possible for you, then the next intake you'll be able to catch is December 1 or January 1 and so on. So I hope you guys mark your calendars, start your application as soon as possible. Don't hesitate to get assistance from our Nexford application specialists that are online or request a call. We're all here to help you, walk you through that application process anytime. All right, guys, we're more than halfway through here. So we just want to talk, I want to talk a little bit about our alumni results, our survey results, which I told you guys about, and it's looking amazing this year. It was amazing last year as well, but it's, it's one of those things that's very rewarding, to see that your graduates are succeeding and they're happy after graduation with Nexford. So let's go over some of those stats. So looking at our alumni outcomes here, it's clear that Nexford graduates are making real career moves. 97% are employed full-time at global companies, showing that the skills that they've gained are highly valued in the job market, or there's 97% are pursuing further education. We also have 80% who have been promoted within just 18 months. We have 84% of our alumni who are already in leadership roles today, reflecting the program's emphasis on leadership, development, and its impact on career advancement. And it doesn't stop there. Nexford alumni are thriving in innovative industries. 74% are employed in ICT, finance, and operation sectors, proving that our graduates have the skills to succeed in fast evolving fields. And finally, the best proof of impact comes from those who have experienced it firsthand. 98% of our alumni would recommend Nexford, which is a testament to the value that they've gained. Right. I have a lot of questions for Raychard here as well. If you feel like any of these, percentages resonate with you. All right. Yeah, here's the portion where we'll finally talk about the virtual tour and the learning experience. So I mentioned Canvas earlier, right? Once you're enrolled, you will get access to our learning management system, which is called Canvas. And you can also download the Canvas student application. It's super user-friendly. It's great if you want to study on the go, check your courses, check your grades with fellow learners or faculty members, and so on. Of course, you still need to have a computer or a laptop to do your homework or your assignments and some of your, the proctored assessments that you may sometimes have, and so on. But it's great to have the mobile application. You can even synchronize it with your calendar and get reminders for assignment deadlines and so on. So do check that out. But you'll see that, once you get enrolled, right on the dashboard, you'll find My NXU. So My NXU, you can think of it as your personal command center. It's where your Nexford journey begins, and it connects you to everything you need to succeed. In the program area, you'll see your entire learning path laid out. That's where you can track your progress, you can see your scores, you can access your courses. And when you tap on any course, you'll get an overview of what you're going to learn and what skills you're expected to gain. Now, the courses are designed to be super relevant to the workplace, but also engaging. Each course is organized into modules that match specific learning outcomes. Inside, you'll find videos, downloadable resources, and interactive exercises to keep things interesting and hands-on. When it comes to assignments, you can get ready for, practical, work. These aren't just for grades. They help you build real skills and a strong portfolio you can show to employers. And just because it's online, it doesn't mean you're going to be on your own. With these live lectures, you'll be able to connect with instructors and classmates. You can get one-on-one support from faculty members and join discussions through course boards and chats. So learning here is a shared experience. From day one, you can also go through the NXU orientation, which we mentioned earlier and Heidi mentioned as well, that has the welcome address from our founder and CEO, Fadil Tarzi, and it sets you up with everything you need to get started smoothly. And if you need help along the way, we've got you with our success advisors available 24/7 for anything from tech support to personalized academic guidance. And you'll see here our writing lab. It's always available for you to support your academic writing. You can get expert help, strengthen your skills. You can learn how to use AI responsibly in research and assignments. And then finally, last, but not least, you'll get access to our full online library called Learn, with more than 60 million databases, articles, and publications that are all included and available whenever you need them. So at Nexford, everything is set up to help you learn, grow, and succeed. And honestly, there are so many benefits. I can only cover so much of them today in this virtual tour. So I discussed, I talked about these sort of forums or discussion forums earlier, right? Another form of discussion board that we have is called Harmonize. So, we know that connection and engagement are key to online learning success. And that is why we've introduced this powerful tool called Harmonize. It's an interactive discussion board platform designed to bring our global classroom to life. So with Harmonize integrated in some of our courses, learners can go beyond basic text replies. So you can share video responses, voice notes, images, or even presentations. So this way you can create a more dynamic and human way to connect with your peers and your faculty members. So here's an example of a submission as if I were a learner. So you'll see that it supports, both casual and low stakes conversations, like course introductions, but also more structured discussions that are tied to assignments. And this is what you're seeing here on the screen. So Harmonize allows for role play scenarios and multimedia-based peer reviews, skills that mirror real-world communication and collaboration. So for example, you might respond to a business scenario as if you were presenting it to a client, and then get feedback from your classmates before submitting a final version to your professor. I don't know if this was available for you, Raychard, when you were studying. This is fairly new. Yeah, sorry. I don't know if you're speaking, Raychard, or if it's just on mute, but oh, good. Well, I do want to ask you a question here, Richard. Can you tell us more about the monthly live sessions that faculty members hold? Did you experience this? How did you find also the success team support during your MBA learning journey?
Thank you, Mai. One of the distinct features of Nexford University is its learning management system. It's really user friendly. It makes it easy for us to connect with professors, student learning assistants, and even other learners around the world. Because I have friends from Africa right now and around Asia and US. Through the platform, we can join discussions, get feedback, and stay updated on everything that's what's happening in our courses. We also have monthly live sessions with faculty, which are great opportunities to interact directly, ask questions, and hear real world insights. But what I really appreciate is how Nexford encourages us to build our professional network beyond the platform, beyond the canvas, especially by strengthening our LinkedIn profile. Believe it or not, before I enrolled in Nexford, I do not have LinkedIn account, but now I have an active one. It's their way of helping us connect not just within the university community, but also with the global business world.
I have a question. Can you talk a little bit more to like the value that you found in collecting relationships? And because I think there's kind of two ways that you can enter this. Like, okay, it's flexible, I can get in and out, and but then there's that using networking as part of your experience. Can you speak a little bit to that?
Next for university, oh, what can I say? Really makes every step of my journey easier. The success team is very responsive whenever we have questions. Even in the middle of the night, if I have questions, I'll just open the canvas and ask something to my student learning assistant. Then they will address my questions quickly and properly. Even though we're studying from different parts of the world, they make us feel connected and supported. And Nextword also encourages us to engage with other learners through platform, discussion boards, what else? Group projects. We have group projects which makes the experience more collaborative. Plus the 24/7 support from
Mm-hmm.
the learning assistant.
Sounds great, Richard. I'm interested. Do you remember being on any courses with Dr. Bill?
Yeah, yeah. He's one of my professors. Whenever I see his name as my professor in a subject, I am excited because he's one of the best.
I love that. I love that. I'm sure, Dr. Bill, you speak with many learners. I'm afraid to ask you the same question, like.
I do speak with many, and surprisingly, I remember many of them because many of them communicate me well after they're done with my class. And they'll have a question 6, 8 months later, and I'll hear from them. And sometimes it takes a little bit to get the gears going, but situations or conversations remind me of things like that. So yeah, we have developed that relationship with a number of people. And some of them I communicate regularly with because they started a project that related to their work or to their plans. They wanted to open a business or something. And I'm communicating with one who I met 2.5 years ago. So it does create an opportunity for friendships as well as business colleague situations.
I love that. I love that. It really is a network. Like, I always encourage learners to not to be shy, not to hesitate, to reach out, whether it's to your professors or fellow learners, and I know LinkedIn is like a great hub for that as well. Alrighty, I know we are nearing the end of the webinar here, so let's try to go through the last little bits as fast as I can. I think the important part I want to cover, aside from the learning experience, is the sort of career support that we offer at Nexford, right? So we have Beyond NXU. It's sort of your career success hub. It's at the heart of our career support is basically Beyond NXU. You can think of it as your all-in-one platform for career success, learner and alumni services, and community. It's where you'll find the tools, connections, and support to actually move forward in your career. A 24/7 AI career coach is available for you, basically your personal career assistant, always on, always ready to answer questions and give you direction. There's also an AI-powered resume and interview platform. This helps you sharpen your most important job hunting tools. You get hands-on opportunities like virtual job simulations through Forage, but at real companies like Accenture, you have one-to-one career coaching, you have expert advising, you even have unlimited LinkedIn Learning access. So if you haven't heard of LinkedIn Learning, it's of course related to LinkedIn, and normally you need a paid subscription, but as a Nexford learner, you get unlimited access to more than 16,000 LinkedIn Learning courses and videos at no additional cost. And it doesn't even have to be related to your Nexford program. If, for example, you're studying data analytics and you have an additional interest in marketing, you can definitely look for marketing-related LinkedIn Learning courses and then gain those certificates alongside your Nexford degree program. So here's where Nexford is really different. We don't wait until graduation to talk about careers, but we bake career readiness right into your learning journey. And a big part of that is our recently our new AI policy at Nexford, where AI isn't just optional anymore. It's part of how we learn and how you'll work after graduation. So that means that every degree includes AI-focused courses, and completing them is a graduation requirement at no extra cost. You'll be expected to actually use AI in your coursework, and when you do, you'll just disclose how you'll have to disclose how you used it, and you won't just be graded on what you produce, but on how effectively you used AI to get there. Things like effective AI use and how well you can contextualize and synthesize what AI gives you. Why? Because when you leave Nexford, we want you to be fluent in the skills employers are demanding right now. And that's why 97 of our alumni are employed or advancing in their careers, many with promotions and salary growth. All right, let me move forward here. So like I mentioned, at Nexford, AI isn't treated as an optional enhancement, right? It's a core thread that runs throughout the learning journey. And it's mandatory now. So every learner, like I said, is expected to use AI strategically in their coursework and disclose how they used it, and complete designated AI courses as a graduation requirement. Of course, these courses are also at no additional cost, and our grading model now looks not only at the quality of your work, but also how effectively you used AI and applied critical thinking. So in short, we're making sure every graduate leaves Nexford fluent in the skills today's employers are actually expecting. So whether you're studying marketing, HR, finance, or tech, AI is part of the conversation from the very start. As shown in the video here, you'll see that our AI and marketing module introduces learners to the transformative role of AI in understanding customer behavior. So this activity encourages learners to reflect on the impact of AI within their own industry and apply insights to enhance marketing effectiveness. They're prompted to consider how AI can be leveraged to better understand customer behavior, optimize marketing campaigns through predictive analytics, and improve customer engagement and satisfaction. So by engaging with this exercise, learners are equipped with practical strategies they can apply in real-world scenarios, demonstrating foresight and innovative thinking in their professional environments. Next, I want to talk about this activity here on e-commerce chatbots, which helps you apply AI and ML or machine learning concepts to real business challenges. Acting as an AI consultant, you'll create chatbot strategies for customer support, order tracking, and product recommendations. You'll design user scenarios, develop integration plans, and evaluate how these solutions impact customer experience and business goals. So this mirrors professional problem solving, where you analyze bottlenecks, propose AI solutions, and present impactful implementation plans, ensuring you're not just job ready, but you're also innovation ready. Now, here in Module 5 of our professional communication course, learners are asked to use an AI tool of their choice to rewrite a pitch that they originally created themselves. They then compare both versions, analyzing wording, tone, emotional impact, and accuracy. The goal is not just to use AI, but to think critically about its strengths and limitations in real-world communication, encouraging thoughtful and responsible use of AI. So each assignment includes a grading rubric, you can see here. So this grading rubric details what is needed to achieve the highest marks. With analysis and critical thinking at the bottom, you'll see it as a key criterion, and the rubric emphasizes the importance of a reflective approach to using AI. Now, the last thing I want to share with you guys before we start taking questions and before I speak with the lovely hosts I have on the call with me a little bit more, I want to share something I'm really excited about is this powerful example of a learner submission from our intercultural communication course. This assignment was designed to encourage deep reflection on personal cultural identity, a fundamental step in building intercultural competence. Learners were asked to reflect on their cultural backgrounds, experiences, and how these influence their communication styles, values, and perspectives. What's particularly exciting is how this learner thoughtfully used AI as a tool to enhance their storytelling while maintaining a deeply personal and authentic voice. It's a wonderful example of how AI can support, not replace, meaningful self-expression.
Navigating identity in a blended world. Hello, and thank you for listening. My name is Cindy Kibet, and I'm 23 years old. I live in Kenya, and I'm currently taking the class Intercultural Communication. Today, I want to share a glimpse into my cultural identity, shaped by my Kenyan roots and my experiences living within a mix of Kenyan and Western influences. I'll take you into my family traditions, my connection to language, and a personal experience that ties it all together. Along the way, I'll explore how William James's quote, "Whenever two people meet, there are really six people present," resonates with the layers of identity and perception we all navigate. Let's begin. In my family, traditions are everything. One of the most important is our rule about celebrating birthdays. It's non-negotiable. Birthdays are first celebrated with immediate family, mom, dad, and siblings. Only after that can we include extended family, friends, or partners. This tradition strengthens our core bond, reminding us of the importance of those closest to us. Another tradition we hold dear is a monthly family outing. At the end or beginning of each month, we choose an activity together, going out for lunch or dinner, attending an event, or enjoying entertainment. These outings have given us priceless memories and strengthened our connection as a family. I was born and raised in Kenya, a country with a rich and a deep sense of community. My parents ensured I experienced our cultural heritage, from participating in significant holidays to learning Kiswahili, Kenya's national language. However, they also introduced aspects of Western culture, particularly in education. In Kenya, it's typical to attend boarding school for high school to foster independence and discipline. My parents, however, chose a different path for me, homeschooling.
Mai, I think you muted.
Oh, yes. Thanks, Janine. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this was just a sneak peek for everybody. I hope you enjoyed that assignment as much as I did. I know you guys will do amazing assignments as well once you get enrolled at Nexford. Yeah, we're at the end here, guys. So if you have any questions, if you haven't shared them yet, now is the time. Whether you have questions for me, Heidi, Dr. Bill, or even Richard. And while you guys send that in, I have some questions actually for Richard.
Hi, Mai.
Hi, Richard. So I wanted to ask you, since I know you enrolled in 2020, it's crazy to think that's 5 years ago now. How would you say your Nexford program has changed your life since then?
Nexford University really opened a lot of doors for me because of my MBA experience, I was able to pursue my Doctor of Business in Administration and my postdoctorate in Strategic Management and Leadership. I was also appointed as the president of the International Association of Multidisciplinary Research in Education, which was allowed me to collaborate with professionals and researchers from around the world. It also gave me the confidence and credibility to represent our province in national and international events on sustainability and economics. But what I consider my greatest achievement after my graduation or after finishing my MBA in Nexford University is being appointed as the Vice President for Administration at PLT College Incorporated, where I've been proudly serving for 10 years now. Nextword truly helped to shape my growth as a professional and as a leader.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you, Miss
Yeah,
Heidi.
That's incredible. No, thanks for sharing, Richard. I'm very happy to hear that. So now with all that experience, have you got any final advice for current or aspiring Nexford learners?
To all of you who are watching right now, look at my face and listen to me. I was once in that same seat several years ago, thinking whether to start or not, to enroll or not. But my advice is simple. Whatever doubts or questions you have right now, just do it. Take the first step. Sooner or later, you'll realize you're already one step ahead in your career and in life. Nextford truly opens doors of opportunity for everyone willing to learn and grow. And I'd also like to take this moment to thank Nextford University for granting me a partial scholarship during my studies. It really helped me finish and achieve what once only dreamed of. Thank you once again, Nextford University. Thank you, Miss.
Rachar, you're amazing. Thank you so much. I do have you bring up something so important, and I mentioned at the beginning the possibility of starting class in November. And there,
Mhm.
I'm sure, I think probably all of us have been thinking at some point about furthering our education in our lives and didn't start right away. I finished my bachelor's degree at 36. So, and then I got my MBA right after. So this conversation around don't wait. If you want
Mhm.
it, do it.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit more to really what was it that helped you just go for it? And did you ever have any like looking back or wishing, oh, maybe I should have waited longer? I mean, I will just say at graduations, usually people say, I wish I would have started when first started talking. Um, that's like 100% what everybody says to me. But if you could speak a little bit more to like just taking the bull by the horns and starting.
At first, I have reservations because we don't have any funds since the pandemic struck at 2019, 2020, 2021. But at the back of my mind, if I will not do it now, when will I start? When will I finish this race if I will not start right now? That's my motivation during that time. And because of that step I did 5 years ago, I finished my master's, then I finished my doctorate. Now I'm in the position where other officers from the university I'm working right now really look up to me. And I'm thankful for an expert for that.
Yeah. If not now, when?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
well, and you give us so much credit, Rachard, but you did it. You took the step. We have the system and the faculty and the teams, but the grit to really go after your dreams and say yes to yourself and make the investment is, that's you, and we're lucky to have you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Definitely. No, well said, Heidi. Yeah, it's all you, Richard, and I hope you feel as proud of yourself as we do. All right. I'd love to hear from Dr. Bill also. I sometimes like to ask you this question because honestly, anytime I hear Dr. Bill talk, I want to enroll at Nexford. You know? Have have any sort of parting advice as well for the attendees we have on the call right now?
Well, it's going to be hard to top what Richard just said, but I do want to acknowledge that in the program, we can teach you about finance, we can teach you about theory, we can teach you about business principles. Um, but what happens is you learn a whole lot more about yourself than you learn about the topics and what the quizzes are about and so on. And like you just said about Richard, I mean, we had the materials to help, but Richard made the move and did it. And that's so important. We can supply the materials, we can supply the hardware, we can supply the faculty, but the energy and the gasoline to make it work comes from Richard and people like Richard. So putting off really doesn't help in anything. And I think the time to try it is today. By tomorrow, you only regret the changes and opportunities you don't take. And this is one where you're taking it with yourself. My father told me years ago, you never make a mistake investing in yourself. And I believe that. And I think a lot of people do. And I know some of the success stories, and there are many that come out of Nexford University and other universities too. I mean, to be perfectly honest, but it's the ability to learn that you can do more than what you thought you could do. And I think that's
Mhm.
really the bottom line to so much of people's success.
Mhm. Well, that confidence just starts building, right? Like once you start making one decision and changing your routine, you do repattern, and the dopamine that happens, and
Yeah.
it's
And I, like you, Heidi, I took 9 years off between my sophomore year and junior year of college. And I came back never thinking I'd be in academics, but 26
yeah.
years later, here I am.
Some of my favorite people in higher ed are like you and me. You know what I mean? We all have these life stories are interesting, and you're here now, and leaning into your longing and what you want is just my biggest life advice for
Well,
anybody. And I wish someone would have taught me that a little bit sooner, or I would have heard it or received it if
that's it.
someone tried to.
It's like my wife keeps saying that even I'm well into my senior citizen years, and she keeps asking me what do I want to be when I grow up, and I don't have an answer yet, but I'm keeping the options
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, we all have these commas, right? Like we all, it's, and every day you can make new choices and start
That's
over and
right.
do something different.
Definitely. Yeah, there's like a saying I really love, which is, like you miss 100% of the shots you never take, right?
Absolutely.
I love that. So yeah, I think we're
And
wrapping
that's
up.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That's guaranteed. This we can
That's a
guarantee anything.
promise.
Exactly, exactly. I see a question here, Heidi, that we might have missed in the
Oh,
Q&A.
let's see. Yeah. So what happens, Mai, if someone decides to defer for a few months and then continue later?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, of course, we know that life happens. If for any reason you need to pause your program, as soon as you know, let our team know, let our success team know. So I mentioned success advisors earlier, and maybe Rachel can have something to say about, the kind of success team support as well. But often they'll reach out to you, these success advisors, before you even think of reaching out to them. They can tell if it looks like you're having challenges with your program, or perhaps you're, falling behind a little, even when you're not, when you're doing great, they check in on you, they remind you about project deadlines or assignment deadlines and so on. There's 24/7 support. So don't hesitate to reach out to them. Let them know if you need to pause your program. So we do have the option. We call it a leave of absence. So you have up to 8 months in your BBA program and up to 4 months in any master's degree program. Having said that, if there are extenuating circumstances and you need more time, there's an emergency, anything like that, just communicate it to our team, and I know we'll work with you. Exceptions can be made for sure. When you pause your program, of course, you're not going to be paying for the months you're not studying. So don't worry about that either. So I hope that answers your question, Milton.
Well, I think it's such a good one. And I think even to kind of broaden that, if there's anything that anyone at any time thinks that could be a barrier, even if it's keeping you from applying, a lot of times I'll talk to someone who said, oh, I didn't apply because A, B, and C, where actually we've got a solution for it. So just communicate, lean into that, whether it's your Nexford application specialist and someone on our team or a learning success team member, one of your instructors. We've seen it all over the years. So we just have a lot of solutions and you're not in it alone anymore. So
Exactly, Heidi. Yeah, so, if you've got any remaining questions, if we didn't get to them today, if you missed it, or, you remember questions moving forward before you start your enrollment or application, here's some of our contact information. Feel free to WhatsApp us anytime in the number listed on the screen. You can send us an email anytime also at help@nexford.edu. And finally, you can book a consultation call if you want to speak with a senior Nexford application specialist and get very sort of detailed advice regarding your situation. You can talk about your educational background, your work background, what your career goals or study goals are. They can dive really deep with you, know how your schedule is like during the week or during the month or, just day to day, and whether it's feasible for you to, put in a few hours every day or a few hours on the weekend and still meet those deadlines and complete your degree program. And often the answer is yes. You'll just need to know how to work it around your schedule. All right, so that about sums up our virtual tour for today, guys. Thank you so much for being on the call with us. I thank you so much, Dr. Bill and Heidi and Raychard, for also helping me host this virtual tour today. And I wish everybody the best of luck with their enrollment and application.
Thank you.
thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye now.
Everybody.